Everyone surviving so far. Nope, they are not getting hit.
Look at goes forward. What a move! That's some late braking, and that's what you want to see. Lots of pressure put on the McLaren driver, but he's dealing with it like a boss.
Not just a Zolder. Hello and welcome guys to the stream. Hope everyone is doing well. Today we've got round 4 of the Pro League Racing World Tour. So we're at Zolder today. Lap times are looking pretty good. We were quickest in free practice only by 15 thousandths of a second. Identical first sectors to long. Faster in the first, but quite a slow final sector, so we need to work on our final sector. Long is quicker than anyone in the final sector, so we'll need to try and improve the final sector a bit. Hoping that we get a optimum track for qualifying, because right now it's green for the AMs, and for free practice it was green for most of the session and then it went to fast, so hoping we get an optimum quality session. I did however forget that it's AMs only for the first 15 minutes of qualifying, so I've accidentally started the stream about 15 minutes early, so I do apologise for that. But if you guys want to go and then come back in 15 minutes, you're more than welcome to. But we've got to stay in the garage until 20 minutes left of qualifying. And right now we've got 32 minutes. So just got to wait for the AMs to finish their quali. But yeah, I do apologise for that. I completely forgotten. But yeah. How is everyone doing in the stream chat tonight? Everyone doing well? Anyone done much over the weekend, or just having a relaxing weekend? And also, the new update comes out very, very soon. In the next, is it 18th or 19th, I think? So, really looking forward to that. That will be really good. We'll immediately start trying the new Porsche and Ferrari and start building some setups for them, because it's a new tyre physics or tyre model, I guess. So really need to get that all in tune, build some setups and get all the setups done. I'm going to start with the Porsche or Ferrari on tracks me and Luciano are racing at and things like that, because I'm going to assume that some of the big guys will start on the LFM tracks, so there will be a bit of competition for those setups, whereas if I just start on random tracks, then when LFM does come to those tracks, we'll already have some setups. So as soon as the new update comes out, we'll definitely be trying the new cars, but it will definitely be either the Ferrari or the Porsche that will drive. But really looking forward to it. I'm not sure what Pro League's racing rules are on the new update. RCI let us change to the new version of our car mid-season, so me and Luciano will get to go in the new Porsche for any future races in that championship. SimZone, which starts on the 28th, I believe, that allows you to go straight to the new cars. And I'm not sure what Pro League Racing will do. I'm going to ask them after this race if we get to change. So the Porsche, Lamborghini and Ferrari drivers, most leagues are allowing them to change to the new version of their car, but some don't, so we have to wait and see. Track is still green, which is, to be honest, isn't that surprising, considering there's only 5 AMs on track. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while for it to go optimum. At least if it goes fast, then that'll be a bit better. But obviously, optimum we will have the most grip, and on a fast or green track, it's not ideal. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think the next RCI race is next month, so we've got a good amount of time to get acquainted with the new Porsche and build some setups and things. But yeah, we've got about 8.5 minutes to go, guys, and then we can go out on track. But I do apologise, I just completely forgot that it was the AMs first, so I started the stream. I set the stream to start just after free practice ended and forgot there's 15 minutes of the AM quali. So I do apologise for that. It's I don't really understand having the AM quali now when there's only 5. But at the start of the season, it was a good idea having the AMs go out first for the first 15 minutes, and then the pros and silvers go out. It worked quite well. But there must have been at least like 10, 15 AMs, whereas now there's only 5, so the track condition isn't great for them because there's only 5 of them. It's not really going to improve, whereas when there's the rest of us 23 going to be on track, once the AMs come in and the pros and silvers go out, there's going to be 23 of us, so it's a bit easier. But still, I'm sure the league has something like 50 spots in it and only 28 racing today, so a lot of people maybe leave mid-season and some people just can't make every race. But we'll see how we get on. Championship wise, we're currently P3 in the championship. Drivers in front of us are Papa Georgia, the number 59 Bentley, and A Long in the number 18 Honda. They're both in front of us in the championship. And drivers to really look out for are Ben Crook, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, but the number 1 Porsche. Conrad Ciata is another one to look out for, and there was I think it's a 786 BMW that's quite quick in practice as well. So actually we can just go to time tables, but I don't think, yeah, not everyone's set lap times, but as you can see, looking at the free practice laps, you can get an idea of the pace. And also this silver Aston Martin driver has also been quite quick pace as well. So those are some of the drivers, as you can see, that we've got to watch out for. The only one that isn't like in the top 10 that we might have to watch out for is this number 1 Porsche, who is often quite slow in free practice but is very quick in qualifying in the race. I believe he has 1 or 2 poles this season, so I'm not sure if he just sandbags practice or if he only does his race setup in free practice. Because I do my race setup until, like, I think I did qualifying setup for the final 15 minutes of free practice. The rest I just used the race setup, so it's very possible he just never went into his quali setup, so I'm not sure what pace he'll be in qualifying. But he is usually quite quick, and this is a very good track for the Porsche, so I'm expecting him to be quite near the front as well. But yeah, the main thing for tonight is to try and get a lap together, because Zolder is fairly high risk, especially the chicanes and that. You kind of have to send it, and if you take it too easy, you lose a lot of lap time. But if you send it and you just slightly get it wrong, it's either invalid lap or you spin. So it's fairly high risk, so definitely a track where you want to get some banker laps in first and then push. A Fox currently with the quickest lap for the AMS, a 29.4 on a green track. Very nice indeed. Oh, Mackenzie's just on 29.402, so just beat Fox. But yeah, it's surprising that it's not gone to at least fast yet, but at the same time, with only 5 people on it, it might take a while. But hopefully when everyone else goes out, it'll go to fast, and I'll just try and make sure I'm on track near the very end of the session when it goes Optimum, and hopefully that'll be enough. About 2 minutes or a minute and a half to go, I will make sure I've got fresh set tyres on and then go sit at pit exit, because you're allowed to leave your pit box, but you are not allowed to exit the pit lane until 20 minutes left of qualifying. So me and a lot of other drivers, what we do is we just queue at the pit exit, so as soon as it hits 20 minutes left, go. So yeah, what I'll probably do is just make sure I've got that fresh set of tyres on. I'll just sit in this setup page, and then when I come out of here, the tyres won't have cooled down too much. Sometimes find if you sit in the garage without pressing on the setup, it takes off your tyre blankets, I think, because the tyres get really cold. Whereas you press on the setup and then go straight on track, the tyres are a bit warmer. So I assume that when you're just sat in the garage, they maybe take the tyre blankets off, but when you go into the setup, they put on warm tyres. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems that way. But yeah, we've got 3 minutes now, guys, so I do apologise for the wait. But yeah, we've got 3 minutes now. Again, I completely forgot that the AMs go out first, so I started the stream a bit too early. Okay, 2 minutes to go. So I think we just go wait at pit exit. Turn off the engine. Just sit here for a minute and 40 seconds. Do you have to watch? There is a mandatory pit stop this race. Do you have to watch the pit entry a bit? It's a bit sketchy. In the dry it should be fine, but I wouldn't. I would practice it quite a bit if it was in the wet. Okay, so it's just gone a fast. So hopefully by the end of the session we at least get like 10 minutes or 5 minutes on an optimum track, because it definitely makes quite a difference for the grip levels. Surprised no one else has started queuing. Oh, as I say that, is that Anthony in the Bentley? Yeah, thought so. Look how big the Bentley is, right? Look at this. Look how big his car is in comparison to the Porsche. It's literally covering my entire rear view mirror. I can't see anything because the Bentley's so much bigger. Yeah, there's everyone queuing now. 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Watch for any AMs still on the lap. Looks like they've all crossed the line. Oh man, my tires are cold. Someone's already taken out the cone there. One of the AMs. Especially, you've got to really learn the track limits at tracks like this, because it's by the first lap the cones for the track limits are usually gone. So tracks like this where you can take out the cones, you just got to learn exactly where they are, because if you use the cones to remember where the track limits are, after the first couple laps someone's taken out the cones and you don't know where they are, so it's a good idea just to learn where the track limit is. Right, we've got no traffic, so we can just go. So starting on a fast track, hopefully it goes optimal before the end, but like I say, I'll just make sure I'm on track at the very end of the session so I can get a lap in on the best condition. Maybe with 5 minutes to go I'll put on some fresh tyres or something and try to get a lap in on the optimum track. already quite a big slide into turn 1, so that's going to be quite a slow start to the lap. Not too worried though with her. This is just the banker lap. Ah! Invalidation already. That's not a great start. It's quite a long quality session, so it's alright. But yeah, not ideal to have an invalidation on my first lap. Just let Bentley through, because this is a very, very slow lap. Okay, tyres up to pressure now. Still fast track, but should have a bit more grip now with these tyres up to pressure. Still a bit under seedy, but a lot more grip. Two laps of fuel, then I'll need to get some more fuel, and I'll also get, obviously, first set of tyres. It was a bit of a scruffy lap, still fast track. Very slow lap time there. Free practice. Oh, that was bad. In free practice, I'm pretty sure I did a 28.1. Or in the free practice server, actually. It was in the other server. Currently a 28.5 on a fast track is provisional pole. Definitely can go faster than that if we get a good lap together. Hopefully it goes optimum before the end. But we've got enough fuel for the end of this lap and then one more, so we will do one more flying lap after this, and then I should be able to go in, get a couple laps done, and then with this about 6 or 5 minutes to go, I'll just return to garage so I can do the final quali run, and hopefully it's optimum track for like my final lap or two, because I just get so much more grip on the optimum track. Okay, right, one more lap. Let's try to get a good lap together here. Quite a bit up on the delta. Oh man, lap time invalidated. That lap probably would have been good enough for a provisional pole. Oh well, no worries. We shall get some fresh tyres and go again. But yeah, had a lot of pace in that lap. It was like four tenths up just before the first chicane. So a lot of pace still in the lap. Fresh set of tyres, we go again. But yeah, there was like, I think 3.5 tenths or 4 tenths just before that chicane, and then I messed up the chicane, so 12 minutes to go, fresh tyres, should be able to improve the lap quite a bit. Only 3.5 tenths off provisional pole right now. Like I say, haven't really got a good lap together yet. Only 28.6, which is about half a second slower than what I did in these conditions in the practice server. So if I can get the good lap together, then we should be able to get a nice lap. A nice lap time, I mean. So I'll create a bit of a gap, and then I'll push. Okay.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag, be careful there.
A little bit slow in this chicane. That was rubbish sector there.
Losing time in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag, be careful.
No! Oh, no way! Oh man, just a
Damage on the front.
little bit wide. That was a good lap as well. Ah well. Struggling a bit with the grip, to be honest, but just need to get a good lap together, to be honest. Got such good pace in the lap. If I could just get a tidy lap together, that would be fantastic. Need to do what we did in Suzuka and actually hook up the lap really nicely. Just now we're getting some really good sector times. And our delta's really good. Like good enough for a provisional pole. Just not getting the lap, all the sectors hooked up. We're getting a good sector here and there, but not one good tidy lap, so just need to get a bit tidier. Should be good. It's only 3.5 tenths we're off provisional pole right now, and we definitely have that in the lap. Like I say, in these conditions we did a 28.1 in free practice. Someone's just gone half a second quicker at A long, so we need half a second. Let's see if that's possible or not. Feels a bit more grip. Still fast track though. Definitely a bit more grip. Okay, that was a slow lap, but slight improvement.
Well done, mate. That's your fastest lap.
Oh, another lap time invalidation. 2 tenths up. This Lamborghini would have given me traffic anyway.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Even if that lap time wasn't invalidated, would have got held up. Come on, let's get us. Come on! This is getting annoying now.
Yellow flag in sector.
Again, 2/10 up, and I just mess up the chicane. This is not good at all. Okay, currently provisional P8. Need to get this good lap together. We're gonna have one final flying lap. Just keep messing up the laps, just very inconsistent this session. Slower than what it was in free practice by about half a second. Okay, final lap.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. Yellow flag in sector 2. Slow car ahead. Session is now over.
Ah, disappointed with that.
I've been validated.
Oh well, we'll try and make it up in the race, but yeah, that was not a good qualifying session by me. At all. But we'll see what we can do in the race. But yeah, I messed up there in qualifying. Just messed up completely. Just had a lot of pace, but just did not hook up a single good lap at all there. Like I say, I mean in free practice, no, that was free practice of this session. In this session, but the practice server, we were 5 or 4 tenths quicker than that, which would put us like P3, P2, P3, P4. So yeah, just didn't get a lap together there, but car feels good, so hopefully we can make it up in the race, 60-minute race. How's it going, Jors? Long time no see. How's things? Run a bit more ABS. I'll put my ABS up for the race. How's it going, Grandad? Thanks for tuning in. How's you? I'm doing very well. How's things with you? Yeah, all good, Joris. I just had RCI on Saturday. P2 for the Bala Assassin and P4 for me and Luciano in split ones, so that was good. And just getting ready for the new cars coming out. So yeah, how's racing and that been with you, Joris? Just fine, how's you? Yeah, all good, Grandad. Not a great quality there at all. Had a lot more pace in practice, but try and make it up in the race, 60-minute race. A lot can happen in such a tight track. So yeah, hopefully make it up in the race a bit. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Got a formation lap as well, so just got a few minutes to wait. I'm currently running in P13 in RCI Esports Series and soon prep for Assetto Endurance. Oh, awesome. Sounds good, yours. What car are you taking for Assetto Endurance? Oh, Ferrari, nice. The new one, I assume, then, because the new one will be out by the start of Assetto, won't it? Is everyone going Ferrari? I'm definitely would like to go Ferrari. It looks so nice. It just looks like such a nice car. Yeah, it will be the new one. Nice. I'm gonna have to use the new Porsche for the other leagues and stuff. Maybe build some setups for it, but I'm definitely gonna switch over to the Ferrari. Unless the new Porsche is better, but I would really like to switch over to the new Ferrari. In silver, most cars are Ferrari, yeah. It does seem like when a new car comes out, everyone picks it, because it's usually OP. The new car is usually OP. Like when the BMW and that came out, it was just overpowered. So we've got a formation lap, and then onto the race start. Starting P8, so we've got a lot of ground to make up. We're sitting P3 in the championship right now, and our two championship rivals are P2 and P3 in the race. So yeah, will be interesting. Yeah, definitely the new cars always seem to be a bit better until they put some BOP and stuff on them. Thanks, Joris. We'll see what we can do. Quality was bad, but we know we have some decent pace, so race pace. So we'll try to get some positions made up in the race. Man, the tyres are cold. It's only a 10 degrees track, so I don't think we have to worry about tyre wear this race. If anything, we just have to worry about the tyre temperature. Just try and heat up these tyres as quick as possible. I think it goes double file just after this corner, I think. It goes double file, or does it go double file just after the chicane? I'm not sure. Yeah, just after this corner. Although the leader's just past the chicane, so maybe it is actually the chicane. Right, so the tyres and the brakes are freezing cold for the start, but let's see what we can do. Try get a good start, make up some positions. The opening part of the race. 1 hour. Mandatory tyre change. So full pit stop.
Green line. Give it all you got.
Good start on the BMW, made up 1 position already. Bit of a movement under the braking by the Aston, a little bit cheeky there. Adam Long's dropped down a position. Conrad's leading the way in the Lambo. Oh, that's a bit of understeer. Bit of a mistake by the Aston. See if we can force the Aston into a little bit of an error. Oh dear, that was bad.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Bit too much curbing there in this chicane. Tire pressures are quite low, which is not ideal. Dropped a bit from the Aston. Everyone's still fairly bunched up though, which is good to see. Try to catch back up to the Aston there after that big mistake by me in the chicane. Bit of a mistake by Ben there on the exit turn 1. Yeah, it's good to start making up 1 position at least. Just got to try and keep it smooth and not make any mistakes. Already catching back up to the Aston though, it looks like. Okay, catching back up to the Aston slowly but surely. bit too much curb though on the final chicane there.
Falling behind to the car in front in sector 3.
Yeah, that was me taking too much curb. Everyone seems to be fairly cautious in this chicane, which, to be honest, is probably a good idea. A train of 4 cars in front of us, they're all fairly bunched up. From the Porsche in P3 all the way down to the Aston in P6. So let's see if we can catch up onto this battle. No pit window as well, so we can pit anytime we want, but probably pit halfway through. We'll go as long as possible, try and pit after everyone else is coming. Do an overcut if possible.
Well done, mate. You can pass the steps up.
So it can be fairly aggressive through the chicane with this setup. Just have to be mindful of the track limits and not pick up any track limit warnings.
Gaining on the car ahead in sector 3. Well done, mate. Pass the best.
The Aston seems to be falling back a bit from the cars in front, so we need to try and catch him a bit. Quite a bit of curb there by the Aston. Okay, I need to push and get some pace here. Championship rivals in a bit of a pickle there. Looked like he was battling for P3, and now he's battling for P6, trying to defend. Ben is past A long. So the Honda's down at P5.
Gaining on the car ahead in sector 2.
Try to put the Aston under a bit of pressure now. Few little mistakes by the Aston, but nothing too big. As I say that, very big mistake there, right over the curving. Another little mistake by the Aston. Need a big mistake from him, or get a little bit closer, because we're not close enough to make a move yet. And it's hard to overtake here. Need to get alongside him.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 2.
It's the fastest I've taken this chicane all race. Again, everyone bunching up in front of us. Need to pass this Aston so we can try catch up to our rival in the Honda and P5. We need to pass the Aston first before we can think about that.
Well done, mate. Your fastest step so far.
Oh, I didn't have the grip. Guys up in front are pulling away very, very quickly.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Trying to force a mistake out of the Aston, but he's handling the pressure very well. Good job of defending by the Aston in front, making it very tricky for me to find a way past. Because I cannot get alongside at the moment. He's holding the racing line very, very well. Oh, too much curb. And in first gear it just rotated far too much on the curb. I had to cut there because the Aston hit the brakes. That's us up into P4. I might get in trouble for that. I'm going to give him the position back because I cut the track to let him through, to overtake him.
Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Oh, send don't let BMW through as well, please. That was kind of just courtesy because I illegally overtook him there and I don't want to get a penalty.
Regaining on the car heading 72. Car on the right.
Still going to illegally pass him though. So he's still back into P4, but that's our championship rival back up into P3. But yeah, I cut the track to avoid the crash because I think Ben took out the Porsche. So I had to cut the track to avoid it. And in doing so, I illegally overtook the Aston Martin, so I just gave the position back because I didn't want to risk getting a penalty for that. Because that was an illegal pass that I made. Wonder when the Honda's gonna pit. Ideally before us. Well, that's at least a couple of free positions to get up to P4 just now. And we just have to see how the strategy goes, tyre wear wise and that. Tyres feel fine at the moment and I've been pushing them really hard, so tyres I think will be absolutely fine this race. Okay, so pace is slow at the moment, especially compared to the Honda up in front. So I need to find some more pace. It's an early pit stop by the BMW, that's for sure. I'm going to stay out as long as I possibly can. Can't run the fuel much lower, unfortunately. Only got 3 laps of fuel left.
Yellow flag there. Good job. Well done, mate. That's not bad. There's a slow car up ahead. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Ah, that was an awkward place to catch that back marker. Very awkward place to catch her. Aston pushing too hard over the chicane behind us.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
I can do the next one and then I have to pit at the end of the lap after,
Ready, sector 1.
because I only have 2 laps of fuel left, so I can't really go out much longer. How's it going, man? Are you using ultra wide or triple monitors? Currently, just a single 31.5 inch monitor, but I will hopefully upgrade to triple monitors in the future. But currently just on a single 31.5 inch. I think it's 144 Hz I'm running, something like that. Okay, I have to pit at the end of the next lap. That's all I have enough fuel for.
Running low on fuel. And come in. We're at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
Yeah, it's really personal preference, ultra wide or triples. I think triples are better for the immersion because you can look at your side sort of thing and see what a car alongside you. But it's honestly personal preference. Ultra wides are good. I've tried ultra wides and I've tried triples, and it's really just personal preference in all honesty. Oh, that Aston very nearly went into the back of me there. On the pit entry, he was super close. This is going to be a race out the pits like. Right, straight on the jacks. This could actually be close. Is the Aston going to jump me? He might.
Mandatory stop this time for you. Come on, let's go.
Oh ho ho, it was close. Look at that. That was a close pit stop. Held the same gap. And staying out the extra lap definitely closed the gap to A long a bit by about 1.6 seconds. So the overcut did work, but not by much. Couldn't really do much when it was only a 1 lap overcut. If it was a couple, then it might have worked quite well, but couldn't really do much with 1 lap. But that's all I had enough fuel to do. See what the pace difference is to the Honda if he makes any mistakes. Like I say, the Honda's leading the championship, and the Bentley that is P2 in the race is P2 in the championship. So, and we are P3 in the championship. So ideally, we want to finish ahead of at least the Honda. That was a bit scary. Just a little bit scary. Nearly spun myself out. That would have not been ideal. Well, the Bentley's definitely trying to go for the overcut, I think. Although, no, he has pitted, sorry. I was looking at leaderboard wrong. It was the Lamborghinis that were staying out a while. So I don't think any positions have been changed, except just the gaps between cars have changed a little bit through the pit stops. There's one Lamborghini who's still to pit. He's currently leading, but Conrad is still net leader, with the Bentley in second and Honda in third, and us in fourth, and this Aston in fifth. So 23.5 minutes to go, and we've got the Aston still right on our bump, and we've got that quick Porsche behind them as well. Still got that Honda right on our bum. Honda? Sorry. Aston Martin.
One behind you, the car in front in sector 3.
Hopefully that Porsche battles with the Aston a bit. Right now the Porsche isn't really gaining and the Aston's just staying with us. It's been quite a close race though between us and the Aston. I mean, start of the race we were right on his bum, and now second half, after that crash with Ben Crook and the Porsche, we've been ahead of the Aston, so for the second half of the race. So interesting to see how it plays out in the final 20 minutes, especially with that Porsche getting closer. I'm not worried about trying to push to catch the Honda because I know he's got better pace than I do currently, and I'd rather not make a mistake pushing too hard and just focus on defending from these two guys behind us. Try and hold the P5. P5 after starting, sorry, P4 actually, after starting P8 would be nice, good amount of points. That Aston takes a lot of curb in this chicane, but I'm not sure if it's actually any quicker. It doesn't really seem to gain much on this chicane when it takes that much curb. If anything, he loses it on the exit. But maybe he's just pushing too hard and he's not meaning to take that much curb and he just keeps clipping too much of it. 19 minutes to go. That Porsche is still not really that close to the Aston. I was kind of hoping that the Porsche would battle with the Aston a bit so we could pull away, but if anything, the Porsche is just waiting to see if anything happens between me and the Aston. So my plan is not working here at the moment. I was hoping that, like I said, my plan was that the when I saw the Porsche catching, that he would hold up the Aston a bit and they would battle, but the Aston's still following us, so we need to just try and pull away a bit. Even if the Aston and Porsche don't battle, just try and pull away a bit. So we've got 18 minutes to go. Kind of want a bit of breathing space. We've got massive gap to P7, so it's just these two behind us that are a threat to our position. But P7 is quite a way back, so I don't think he'll catch us on pace, but obviously if we spun out or something he could catch up. But the only two that are a threat on pace are these two behind us. See, the Aston had a very good middle sector there, got right on my bumper. Still 17.5 minutes to go. Porsche's dropped down quite a bit, down at 1.3 off us. The Aston always seems to have very poor exits, and I'm not sure if it's just because the Aston has such low torque and you really need good torque for the exits of a track like this. Maybe that's just where the Aston is lacking, because he seems fine over the curbs and through the corners, he just seems very slow on the exits. But I'm not sure if he's outbraking himself on the corner entry, which is meaning he's missing the apex time in a slow exit, or if it's just the Aston being an Aston Martin and having very low torque. Well, that was a bit too much curb by me. 16 minutes to go. If anything, the Aston will be trying to get past me as quick as possible, because he might be worried about that Porsche behind him. Bit of grass there by me, a little bit understeering. Just put the throttle down a little bit too early. Corsa is catching up again to the Aston Martin. Absolutely no pace drop on the tyres, actually up on the delta this lap, so the tyres are absolutely fine, but it's only a 10-degree track, so it's not surprising that the tyres aren't really wearing much at all. such low temperatures. It's probably the lowest temperatures I've done a race on actually. I've done practice sessions and stuff on low temperatures like this, but I mean it's only 12 degrees track temp right now. Okay, so our best lap of the race there, and with 14 minutes to go, it's a bit late to start finding a bit of pace. Well, better late than never, but would have been a bit more handy if it was when we were close to the Honda. We're definitely pulling away from the Aston Martin now, just a little bit, sector by sector. Got a backmarker Aston, McLaren, sorry, coming up. Just have to watch for that we don't lose too much time. Depends where we catch him. If we catch him like going into a chicane, then you do lose a lot of time, but if you catch him coming out with chicane, for example, then it's not so bad. They just back off a little bit and you can pass them on the straight. So when you have to overtake them on like turn 1 or turn 2, one of the high speed corners, you just lose quite a lot of time. But like overtaking them into this right-hander, for example, you lose like 2/10. It's hardly anything. It's hardly anything. Actually gained 2/10 in the Honda that sector, so you must have made a little mistake. Drive through for number 44 for track limits. I'm actually genuinely surprised we have 0 track limits so far. Zolder I usually get quite a lot. I'm pretty sure last time I raced here I ended up with 3 track limit warnings and I had to take it quite easy. Well, last time I raced here in the dry. I think the last time I raced here was in the wet. But the time before that, when I was in the dry, I had a bunch of track limit warnings where we haven't got a single warning yet. Which is quite surprising, considering the amount of times I invalidated it in qualifying. I was expecting a number of track limit warnings. Definitely gone off track a few times, but we haven't actually gained any time, so we haven't got any warnings, which is good. So it means we can just keep pushing. Well, we flew over that curb. Oops. There was a back marker that was slow up ahead. Thought it might have been the Honda. Too busy looking at the leaderboard that I just messed up my braking and chicane. Didn't lose too much time, thankfully. 11.5 minutes to go, and that has allowed the Aston to catch up again. But he is bringing the Porsche in tow. BMW's 10.1 seconds behind them though, so massive gap to P7. But P5 and P6 are still very, very close to us. Where did the Aston Martin go? Maybe he had to take a defensive line there because he's lost a lot of time there. Looks like they might actually be going side by side. This is good for us, gives us a bit of breathing space, as you can see. See, this is what I was hoping would happen a bit earlier in the race, is that they would battle and allow us to pull away, which is what they're doing now, letting us pull away a bit, and I'll say battle. So we've got 10.5 minutes to go. We just try and take care of the tyres. Okay, 8.5 minutes to go. Got a bit extra fuel. Big gap to the Aston now, he's definitely having to defend. He defended very well from us though, so I'm expecting him to be able to hold off the Porsche for a good chunk of what's left of the race. Or maybe even what's left of the race. We've only got 8 minutes. If he defends like what he did on us, then I think he could hold off that position and keep his P5. We only really got past because he was a bit compromised on the exit of the chicane, and I was able just to get alongside into turn 1. That might be our first track of the morning. No time gained. Surprisingly, my delta definitely went green as I went off track, but then I did lose time on the exit, so that's interesting. Seven and a half minutes to go. Actually gained about 1.5 seconds on a long there, I think. Does he get held up by back marker maybe? There's like 3 back markers between me and him, and I believe they are battling for position, these back markers. They are indeed. These 3 back markers are all battling for position, so quite possibly the Honda got caught up in that. Just under 7 minutes to go. Aston holding off the Porsche still behind us. If I was to take a guess, I would say we've got between 4 and 5 laps left of the race, because the leader is about half a lap ahead, I think. So I'm guessing it's around 4, maybe 5 laps. Laps aren't very long here at all, only a minute 28. Yeah, so it is sector 1 that I lose the most time to the Honda, which is interesting. But then also the Honda is very good at high speeds. But then the Porsche is good through like the middle sector and that, because of its rotation, so. That Aston's dropped down to 5.6 seconds behind us, still defending from the Porsche. But that's what I was kind of hoping for near the beginning of the race, was a battle. Oh, that could have been race over. I binned it on the curb, and so did the Ferrari. We were very lucky to avoid that Ferrari. He did well to hold his brakes, or I assume he held his brakes. It looked like he did anyway, because that could have been a pile up. That could have been the Aston out and me out. That was a close call. That would have been rather gutting if we got taken out from a back marker spinning. I took far too much curb, but I landed fine, so I would have been okay. But yeah, that could have been a lot worse if the Ferrari spun to the right. Like I say, I think he did quite well holding the brakes there to minimise that crash there, because that definitely would have been a lot worse if he just held the throttle down. Still pulled away from the Aston, and the Porsche's died. The Porsche's down at P8, So there must have been a collision because the Porsche is now down to P8 and the Aston's further back. So yeah, need to look at the replay. Something's happened between the Aston and the Porsche. I think we've got 3 laps to go. We've got 2 full laps and then we might just have a 3rd lap depending where the leader is. I think we will have, yeah, the leader was going on to the straight. I think we will have 3 laps after this, but it might only be 2, I'm not sure. It's not going to make much difference for us, I don't think. But yeah, I need to look at the replay, find out what happened to the Porsche there, because he's dropped down to P8 from P6 there, so obviously something happened whilst they were battling. That was the backmarker Mercedes Mackenzie dropping into the pit lane there. So he's maybe misjudged his fuel, unfortunately. That's the only logical reason for pitting with 2 minutes to go. Didn't expect the Aston to let me through there, but thank you very much for letting us through and not holding us up there, Fox. Just let us through nice and easy there. Didn't cost us any lap time. Oh! 2 more laps after this. That's insult to injury for 147. Pits with 2 laps to go, most likely because he's underfueled the car, and then to add to it, he's got a stop and go penalty for speeding on the pit entry. That is just, that must be gutting. So close to the end as well. But yeah, the pit entry is a bit, the pit entry line where you have to put your pit limiter on is a lot earlier than you expect. You expect it to be where the, like, the line afterwards. There's like, the line is there, and then about here is where the pit lane starts. So you kind of expect it to be where the pit lane starts, but it's a lot earlier than you expect. So if you haven't practiced it, then it's very easy to get a stop and go. And if someone's taken out the board, because you often find, deliberately or accidentally, sometimes people will take out the pit entry board. Sometimes by accident they're adjusting their pit stops and they don't look and they just clip it and take it out, so you don't know which line it is. Or sometimes people do it strategically and deliberately take it out to get other people stop and go penalties, but I have actually seen people get in trouble for doing it deliberately. Right, so yeah, we've got, this is the penultimate lap, coming on to the final lap now. Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Messed up that section there, quite badly. At least we don't have any pressure from the Aston now for the final lap or so. Okay, coming into the final sector in just a moment. Tyre wear was incredible that race. I did not take it easy on the tyres. Not like what we did at Indy. I pushed the tyres very, very hard there because the temps are so low and the tyres held up like a champ there. Just really, really good tyre wear, but the temperatures are so low that the tyres just did not wear as much as they usually would. But yeah, P4, started P8, got to P4, very nice race there indeed.
Good job, mate. You did your best. Bring it back.
GG to the podium. GG to the Aston Martin there in P5. That was a fantastic battle. I'll put a message in the Discord just to apologise for completely cutting the chicane. Oh, someone's just apologised to number 1. Have to have a look at that because he dropped down to P12. Something must have happened. Let's have a look at the replay. Right. Let's have a look at the replay because I want to see what happened. Right, let's have a look at the replay, guys. There's a few incidents I want to have a look at. The first one being what happened with Ben Crook. Must have been this lap. So this is my illegal pass on the Aston Martin. So if you look up in front, I think it's this lap, you're going to notice the cars in front crash. As you see, the Honda cuts to avoid it. The Aston goes back into the back of Ben. Isn't able to get on the throttle, so I cut the chicane to avoid it. Which is why I then slowed down here and gave him the position, because it was a completely illegal overtake. But it was just coming in from my cockpit angle. If we slow it down, even on slow motion, I see these two cars going this way, that car going that way, him into the back of there. So I just went to the left to try and avoid it. But it was a illegal overtake, so that's why we gave the position back. But, oh, we'll have to go and look at the replay from the other thing. I would like to have a look and see what happened. Yeah, let's have a look again. Right, was it this one here? So I want to actually see what Ben Crook was apologising for it. So I assume it was him at fault. Oh yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was a fair overtake attempt because he was getting close enough, but he brakes too late and can't. You can see he can't actually hold the inside line. I don't know why he let us go with the brakes here. Maybe it was to stop locking up, but you just can't slow it down enough in time, and just kind of murders the number 1 Porsche. But I want to see what happened to the number 1 Porsche with the Aston, because he was right on the back of the Aston. Oh, something happened this lap. Oh, that's a risky move and a half. What an over. No! No way! That's the Ferrari that nearly killed me. Oh, what a shame. That was such a good overtake. Round the outside. What a fantastic move. And then... oh, what a shame. What a shame for that. Ferrari. He binned it, tried to rejoin, spun it on the grass. Oh man. That's a shame. That's a shame for him. Oh well. I don't think there was any other incidents we need to look at. But yeah. Happy with that though. I mean, pace wasn't as good as I was expecting, to be honest. In practice, my pace was a bit better, so pace wasn't quite what I expected. But just after starting P8, finishing P4 there, more than happy with that. So yeah, good amount of points. Behind, we're P3 in the championship going into this race, finishing P4 behind the 2 people that are in front of us in the championship. So probably going to hold P3 in the championship, most likely. I'm not sure how the points are set, like how many points you get for each position, so I'm not sure. But yeah, even if we don't, that's still a good amount of points considering that we started P8. More than happy with that. Made 2 overtakes, overtook the BMW round the outside of turn 1, held the position, pulled away from him by quite a bit, and then made the move on the Aston Martin. So we made two overtakes, and then we got 2 free positions from Ben murdering the Porsche. But yeah, good race, and I'm not sure when the next stream will be. I think the new update comes out on the 19th or the 18th, but as soon as it comes out, we'll definitely be streaming and doing some testing with the new cars and that. I'll maybe do a bit of LFM or something over the next few days. It's actually my week off work this week, so I've got a bit of spare time, so we'll definitely be testing out the new update. But we don't really have any races till next week. So I'm not really sure what we'll be doing, but most likely a bit of LFM and testing out the new cars. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and see you again next time.